Todd and Julie Chrisley may be out of prison, but insider reveals why their issues are reportedly far from over. Since Todd and Julie Chrisley received major news weeks ago when U.S. President Donald Trump pardoned them, the Chrisleys were found guilty of bank fraud, tax evasion and more in 2022 and sentenced to years in prison. At this point, it's reported that the couple is seeking to readjust to life with their relatives following their incarcerations. While their legal issues are seemingly over now, an insider alleges that the pair will still have some issues to contend with now that they're home. If the unnamed source is to be believed, Julie and Todd Chrisley could face some financial issues. The person alleges to Radar Online that they have pricey legal fees to contend with now and that those alone are catastrophic. Additionally, the couple's daughter, Savannah, allegedly accrued expenses as well due to making efforts to get her parents released. While speaking, that same source shared the following thought on Savannah. The former Chrisley Knows best stars were specifically convicted for being involved in a financial scheme that amounted to $30 million. With that, they were required to pay over $17 million in restitution. It was reported, in 2022, that the Chrisleys would have to pay the debt by selling off their homes and other assets. In the aftermath of their pardons, it remains unclear as to whether those debts will officially be expunged. It would appear that the Georgia-based brood will have some money coming in, though. Near the end of May, Lifetime ordered their new show to series, and it's set to air later this year as part of the 2025 TV schedule. However, the insider also claims that any cash they receive from TV deals can't soothe the couple's alleged money issues. Apparently, the pay would be nowhere near the mega millions they need to become solvent. While we can't speak to exactly how much money Todd and Julie Chrisley owe their legal team at this point, what can be said is that their lawyers worked on their behalf even after they reported to prison. The attorneys worked to craft appeals for the two as necessary and spoke out on their behalf on multiple occasions. A number of those updates came from attorney Jay Sargent, who's been reaping the benefits of his client's release. Sargent shared earlier this month that he's now seen a surge in requests for his services. As for how the Chrisleys' pardons came about, it was reported months ago that Todd was hoping President Trump would consider granting them clemency. Savannah reportedly worked with presidential pardon czar Alice Marie Johnson to go through the necessary legal processes. Once the pardons were granted, Savannah released a video in which she celebrated the news. This period of time marks a new beginning of sorts for Todd and Julie Chrisley, as they seek to reintegrate themselves into society. Alice Marie Johnson advised that they take their time before jumping into any major endeavors. There remains some uncertainty in regard to the couple's next steps, and that's also true when it comes to their financial obligations.